Hello friends of Skele Vader. Welcome to the final video of my Snake Mountain build. This thing started in April 2020, so at this stage it's been about 18 months working on the weekends on this thing. This is the rough structure that it started out as. It's been a great journey, and along the way I made some friends. This is Artus in Belgium. This is his Snake Mountain. And he watched some of my videos and he sent me these pictures, and he kind of used some of the similar structures and techniques that I've been using. It's really cool to see. And also Freddie in Indiana, he contacted me as well. He's working on his own Snake Mountain. I love the interior of Freddie's. It's really cool. He added a lot of detail that I wouldn't have even thought of. Those bricks, and I love that he created the throne for Skeletor. These guys are doing great work out there, and I hope you're all making stuff on your own too. So here we are. I'm getting I'm adding the finishing touches, and painting the eyes of the demon face, the Muppet Alf demon face, painting the eyes of the snake here. So as you may know from the previous video, I use spray paint for the large swaths of color for the mountain. And then I'm using acrylic here for these added details. Putting the pupils on this demon face really gave his eyes the personality that they needed. Now I also used acrylic, of course here mixed with a lot of water, to create the wash that I used over the entirety of this Snake Mountain. I use a brush to apply it, and then sometimes I'll use my hands to sort of rub it in to get all those cracks and crevices filled there. I also use the same brush here for the inside of the Snake Mountain, and to add some shadow and depth to these demon faces. It really helps them pop. I use the sponge to actually sort of wipe away the excess on the inside, and mainly because the outside structure with the snake body is fairly smooth and solid. The inside here, these demon faces, there are some details like little teeth and things I don't want to break in adding the wash, so I use that sponge to wipe away excess. So that cadmium red on the eyes is an acrylic, and I use that for the eyes of the snake, and I also used it, as you'll see later, for the eyes of the wolf head. But I also used it to paint the lava. I decided to sculpt the lava shapes with the air dry clay, and then give it a good thick coat of cadmium red acrylic paint. And there's our cat Ramona. So I gave the overall mountain a coat of matte paint, a clear matte spray, to bring down the glossiness of the paint. The interior is painted with a Rust-Oleum silver lilac, which I was excited to find. And there are areas where I faded to a basic gray spray paint, especially for the wolf's head. And the outside I used another Rust-Oleum aubergine for the deep purple, and then I, taking the advice of a few friends, I found grape, which is a lighter purple, which I was able to sort of dust the edges of the spires, and really a lighter purple allows the colors to really pop and react to one another. For the green of the snake, I used a Rust-Oleum Meadow Green. And then I used regular black for emphasis and for details. Now I brought the mountain into the living room or the dining room area and placed it on our dining room table, added a few lights to create emphasis and drama. I wanted to take a few pictures and placed my villains in the mountain. And as you can see, the size of the entryways, the size of the mountain really works well with Origins, with Vintage, with Classics, with Super 7 Filmation Classics. There's Hordak's face again on there. And they all look great in here. I'm really pleased with the scale. I'm really pleased with how the figures look in this space. Now, there are some edges here that I wasn't sure how to transition from the gray to the green or purple to the gray. And so I let the green spray paint drip there, and which has ended up kind of being a nod to the slime pit. So as you can see, this thing turned out pretty massive. I'm really happy at how this turned out. It's a great way to display my figures. And it's a massive, massive structure. It took me a lot of time. I put a lot of love into this, but it goes to show that we can make anything we want, folks. Just do a little research, invest in a few materials. And if you have any questions, just shoot me an email. That information is below. So I took a lot of inspiration from the Filmation version of Snake Mountain, from the play set, the original vintage toy version. And I also looked at other manufacturers' renderings of Snake Mountain, including the most recent illustration from the background art in Revelation, and most especially the awesome Super 7 Snake Mountain. And this is how it turned out. I'm really happy with it, folks. Thanks for watching. Please click like and subscribe. And you can follow me on Instagram and at Facebook, and all that information is below. And you can also find my Etsy shop where you can pick up some Skele Vader stickers and some other things. Once again, everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.